Previously on the Stormythology Series.
After her painful breakup with T'Challa, heartbroken Ororo uses her powers and fighting skills to become a beloved vigilante that the people of Africa call the Goddess. One day during her patrols across the Serengeti, Ororo is approached by tribesmen who begin to worship Ororo. Their worship amplifies Ororo's powers, and she easily creates a large, intense lightning storm in the sky without even trying. When she regains control of her body and abilities, the men lead her to their village in Uzuri, Kenya, where Ororo passionately rips open the sky to save them from a terrible drought. However, Ororo unknowingly pulled moisture from the people and environment surrounding Uzuri, rapidly dehydrating and killing hundreds of cattle. She is eventually met by the witch priestess of Uzuri, who shows Ororo how her powers worked and how to fix the problems she'd caused. The witch and Ororo instantly become close, and Ororo adopts Inet as her mother. The witch Inet quickly fashions Ororo into a bona fide rain goddess of the Uzuri tribe, and the tribe's worship keeps Ororo powerful.
Two years have passed, and the Uzuri people are still content and prosperous. The worship of the Uzuri tribe had revealed many new abilities to Ororo, and her adopted mother Inet had taught her many things about the usage of her powers. Ororo, now 21 years old and the ordained rain goddess of the Uzuri tribe, is also loved and worshipped by many tribes and villages across her beloved Africa. In one village somewhere near the savage land, the local villagers have labored building a dam across a gorge. Upon completion, the villagers sent word to the goddess Ororo, praying that she may fill the hollow and create a life-giving reservoir of water. Upon arrival in the village, Ororo spoke to the sky above the dam and summoned a great rainstorm. As the tribesmen on the ground below sang praises to Ororo, the rain goddess, the protector of Africa, the rainstorm is taken control of and amplified into a violent lightning storm. 17 years ago, the albino named Mzungu was born in an unidentified African village. His irregular skin pigmentation made him a shunned outcast early on, and feeling unwanted, Mzungu would wander away from his village often. At 16 years old, he happened to come across an American scientific exposition which was secretly spying on his tribe. The scientists that stumbled upon Mzungu captured him after he was caught in the camp examining their files. Intrigued by the albino African and unwilling to set him free for fear of what he might have learned from their files on this tribe, they kidnapped Mzungu. And for a year, the Americans took care of their prisoner and even taught Mzungu English. After several months in their highly supervised care, 17-year-old Mzungu was suddenly overcome with an acute case of appendicitis. It was decided he would be sent to the doctors in the United States so he could receive proper medical treatment. In the US, he was treated by an African physician who befriended the boy. Even though he liked the doctor, Mzungu despised the way he had been treated by his own people in Africa and by his American saviors. Coincidentally, this very morning while Ororo was en route to the dam, Mzungu's seething, festering resentment flared out of control, causing his mutant powers to manifest. Immediately renaming himself Deluge for the sudden flood of energy that overcame him, Mzungu was eager to use his newfound abilities to exact vengeance on those who had wronged him in Africa. After briefly testing his powers, Deluge floods the hospital and jet streams to Africa, to his village. On his way, he crosses paths with the rainstorm Ororo had summoned to fill the dam for her worshippers. His mutant powers greatly magnified by his raw anger and determination, Deluge easily took control of and amplified Ororo's rainstorm. Before she can retaliate, Ororo sees 3 mysterious orbs in the sky, and a man falling from the one nearest her. Thinking it was an innocent villager caught in the rainstorm this intruder had stolen from her unprepared hands, Ororo retreats, opting instead to rescue the fallen man and deal with the interloper after. The large man Ororo finds is none other than Henry Hank McCoy, also known as Beast of the X-Men. Ororo takes him back to the village to heal from his fall, and when he awakes, he is struck by Ororo's exotic features, and even more, that Ororo speaks perfect, eloquent English. But most of all, that she can command the winds, and especially to hear the villagers simply call her Goddess. Meanwhile, upon returning to the ground, Deluge stumbled upon the unconscious body of the X-Men's young field leader Cyclops laying nearby. Deluge could sense the great energy housed inside Cyclops, and he curiously removed his visor. Surprised and excited by the blast of energy that shot out of Cyclops' unconscious eyes and into the sky. Mistaking the heatless optic blast for solar energy, Deluge planned to drain the energy from his unconscious body and use Cyclops as a battery. Unbeknownst to Deluge, however, the blast had inadvertently alarmed the tribesmen, who immediately ran to Goddess Ororo's hut to warn her. At that same time, just a few feet away, Marvel Girl, using her telepathic powers, finds Cyclops. But he is not alone. Marvel Girl attacks first. However, Deluge's increasing energy manipulation abilities were much stronger than her telekinesis. Just in time, the Beast comes to the rescue of his teammate, but he too is overcome easily by Deluge. With a flash of lightning, Ororo peers above Deluge. Her bolts of lightning are both raw and powerful, but somehow Deluge manages to absorb the energy of every strike, which increases his own powers. Now even more powerful, Deluge reaches out his hand and drains the elemental energies from inside Ororo, and forces her powers inward, causing them to both flare and implode, knocking Ororo unconscious.